Hey Matthew, how are you?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
Doing well, doing well. Thanks for hopping on this call with me today.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Of course.
So, so this is an interesting project. Let me just tell you a little bit about it. I did in the proposal.
Yep.
Um, we've got two series. Each series has three little videos and a long video. We have posted all the first series on Twitter um, with a partner of ours who's got a great following. The stuff that they posted did really well.
Yep.
Stuff that we posted did not do well. We tried to promote it, and Twitter's just a hard platform to work in. But one of the things that we're trying to do is not just get people to watch the video. We have a couple polling questions that we're wanting people to respond to, and they're tied to the video, but they're not. So the subject matter is around non-small cell lung cancer, so really narrow population.
Right.
The funny thing is that oncologists are really big. Like, there's this cool community, and they use Twitter to get back into dialogue and such.
Mm-hmm.
So what we're trying to do is gain some insights, and it's really an understanding of their views on the latest therapies, that sort of thing. I mean, it's not anything wildly in depth. It's not product impression or anything. It's there's a new class of drugs coming out. Just general impressions.
Right.
The questions all drafted. Our partner, it's called the two brothers that are big in oncology, community oncology. Anyway, have a nice following. When they posted the video and then a couple hours later posted the question, we got a fair amount of responses.
Okay.
But they've been really hesitant to do that. So we have not. So one of the objectives on this is there a better way to execute on the Twitter side? The other dimension of this is to take all those videos, the posts and the questions and whatnot, and roll them out on LinkedIn. And that can be organic, and that can be promoted, advertised, what have you. But knowing that we're looking, yes, we want to get views out there, engagements is a little better, but we want to get people responding to the questions.
Cool.
So, last thing to note, we use, for the short videos, at the moment, they're native in Twitter. Some pluses and minuses to that. For the longer video, when I say longer, it's about 20 minutes.
Okay.
We're referring people out. They land on a page on our site, and there's a little pop-up that says, do you want to just watch the video, or do you want to earn continuing education credits for it? That's credits that physicians need. So there's two paths. I don't care which path people go down. The cool thing about those videos is we were able to embed questions throughout those videos. So if someone engages with that and answers the question, we're getting a lot of the data we need. Because the videos were native in Twitter, we couldn't do that. I think there is an opportunity in LinkedIn to make use of the videos from that tool. It's called Mindstamp.
Okay.
Anyway, I'm not saying be an expert in Mindstamp, but I can give you either embed code, I can give you link, what have you. We would love to be able to show those videos, because rather than trying to post a separate follow-up question, if someone will engage, we'll get the data. Now, we still want the poll questions also, because they're different. Anyway, does that make any sense at all?
Yeah, no, it makes sense. A lot to unpack there, but I was doing some research before this, and I just had a couple questions, actually, regarding the Twitter and everything. So the page, is that you guys?
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, so I noticed that you had the videos up with a poll as a response, and you said that wasn't doing too well, and you asked earlier, like, what would be the best strategy. I think, honestly, that's the way I would go about it as well. If I were in your position, post the video, poll as a response, because X or Twitter, whatever you want to call it, is interesting in this situation because you can't post a poll with the video, I'm sure, as you know. This is probably why you're in this situation, right? So, yeah. That being said, I would have probably done the same thing, and I wanted to ask, I saw one video, I forgot who it was with, but it was a partnership and it did like 5K views or something, so was that just from them retweeting it?
So...
Or promoted, or...
ways. They posted it, and called us out, and then we retweeted it. And there's another one that we posted, and then they retweeted.
Okay.
It's better if they post it, and then we follow it. Yeah, I mean, there's one that they did recently that I want to say it's about 10,000 views.
Yeah, I saw there was some good numbers on there.
Yes. So one thought on the poll questions that I'm open to, we want to make sure we word the options correctly. I'm okay having that be a post, and we just promote that post.
Just the poll.
Yeah, I'm okay doing that.
I think that's the other alternative here, or you can go down the route of the survey as a link and having, video with survey survey as a link in the caption. I think that's it. And one thing I wanted to point out too, when I was just kind of prepping for this meeting, I noticed LinkedIn, I don't know if you've tried this before, but it says they don't allow medical polls. So I'm not sure how much that'll hinder what we're trying to do. But again, I think we can go for the link with the video and with promotion, right? I think that's going to be our main vehicle, like running it as an ad. I think it might be hard to just do that organically and expect people to, land over there. So if we play the numbers game and try to get it in front of as many oncologists as possible, I think that would be the route to go.
Okay.
And you can let me know what you think of that.
Yeah, no, I think that's fine. In oncology, there's not as much activity, but a lot of doctors really are moving towards LinkedIn. I want to wear the Twitter poll. the LinkedIn poll piece. So that's kind of interesting.
Yeah, it's something I actually just found out quite recently, like I said, when I was prepping for this meeting, but I'm sure it wouldn't be a problem if we did it as, like I said, the video with the survey. And to kind of hit on what you just said, I do think LinkedIn is great for any sort of professional, obviously, like oncologists, doctors. I think that's a really good thing because it's just sort of framed as this like more professional social network, right? And a lot of people are starting to use it that way. So I think you're right on with that.
So I was just going to show you real quick the videos it plays based on this system, Mindstand.
Sure.
Poll questions just come up. It's been a really neat system.
Sure.
In terms of sharing, we can either put it. I can provide a link. There is a way that we can post it here. I don't know quite how that works. So we might be able to play around.
This brings up something interesting because how long was that video that is playing in there? You said that was the 20-minute one?
This is
18 minutes. Okay.
Yeah, 18.
So maybe what we can do is chop up some sort of interesting parts and make like a preview or a snippet for it instead of just playing like the first minute, because I'm sure the first minute is just more introductions. You're not really into the meat of it. So what we could do is go through the 18 minutes of it, chop up like a trailer almost. Like, I don't know if you're familiar with the podcast space, but a lot of people do that. We could chop up a trailer, maybe like even 30 seconds. People's attention spans these days. 30 seconds might even be long, honestly. But we can do something like that and run it with the link. I think that's a good idea. And like I said, I think advertising would play a big role in this. And goes for X and LinkedIn, whichever one you wanted to do it on.
Okay. I'm open to both.
Sure.
So I was just going to show you real quick. The panel video is the longest. In series 2, we're looking at 5 minutes and less.
Okay.
For the other 3 videos.
Okay. And so just so I understand, are you looking to promote all of them separately, or is that Mindstamp one the main landing place?
Great question. Really looking to promote them separately. So what we did, we had this panel come together, and we recorded these 2 guys interviewing Jill.
Okay. And these are your guys?
That was about 3 minutes. We recorded these 2 guys interviewing Heather. That's about 5 minutes. These 2 guys with Rami, that's about 5 minutes. And then we did a separate thing of them all talking together.
Okay. Okay, so is it not all the same, but for example, one of the shorter videos, is that shorter video in this longer one?
No.
Okay, all
separate.
separate.
All separate.
Got it. Okay. Okay, cool. So no, I just wanted to get an understanding. So I'm assuming it would be separate posts and separate budgets for each of these things.
Yes.
Okay.
And we can play how to divvy that up. I'm wide open.
Cool. Yeah, do you have a timeline that you're looking at to get all of these out by? I think that would be a good starting point.
Okay, great question.
If you don't, it's fine too.
Yeah, sooner rather than later. I mean, the next week would be cool. One thing I do know about doctors is if they're going for credit, the end of the year is a big deal, and the beginning of the year is a big deal.
Okay.
So if like all this was up and ready in the next week, then you slow it down a little bit through Christmas, but ramp it up right after, and then go through the new year. And in my head, I'm thinking like a month of promotion.
Okay, cool. Got it. Sounds good.
One thing that we can do, and talk about getting people. So part of the idea is to bring people where they can watch more than one thing.
Okay.
So, I mean, we can promote this page. I want to make sure it's all the way updated because we have additional courses. But let them, and if you have suggestions, do we need to include, screenshot that's got the sliders so they see the timing,
yeah,
with the play button. Sky's the limit.
Right. I would have to just go in there and take a look and see what you guys have right now. And just out of curiosity, are these courses are separate from the videos?
These are the videos.
These are the videos. Okay, so it's not like a paid. Is it a paid course?
It's free.
Got it. And can you just talk to me again really quick about the credit thing that you mentioned, that you want them to get online educational credits with you or something like that?
Sure. So 30 seconds of background. Physicians have to have a certain number of continuing medical education or CME credits every year to keep their licenses.
Okay.
So it's a required thing. They typically have to have about 50 credits in a year.
I see.
Because the length of the video is fairly short, it's like a quarter of a credit.
Okay.
So it really it's not worth a lot to them. But they can come to this page. Would you like to earn credit? If yes, then they can jump through the various hoops that are required to earn credit.
I hear you. So in essence, it's not too much like pulling teeth because it's something they have to do.
Right. Oh, it's still pulling teeth.
Okay.
Which is why we gave them this option with the pop-up. Do you want to earn credit? No. And it takes them right to the video.
Okay, I see. Yeah, no, I just was trying to get an understanding of what that all meant, but I understand now. Cool. Yeah, I mean, so I think we could definitely get this all out by next week, and
Okay.
you know, obviously the first part will kind of just be coming up with a little bit of a strategy, um, a more like exact and detailed strategy, like what we're gonna do, different budgets for different videos, how those posts are gonna look, um, and are they all leading back to that same video or that survey, or are they all separate surveys?
With all right, with each video, there are a couple of questions that would go with it.
Okay, got it. Okay, so you guys already have this all mapped out already.
Yep.
Cool, very nice. Yeah, no, I just I just wanted to kind of see where you were at with that, but this is great, This this also will definitely make it easier to hit that, launch point by next week, because then, you don't have to sit there doing all of this and figuring this all out. I think this is a really good foundation for what we're trying to do here.
Great.
Yeah.
So what I can do for you, which I realize we don't have with a nice bow on it, I can send you like the name of the video, a link to where to download it. I'll come back to that in a second. I'll share with you the post that we've used in the past for that video and the questions that followed that.
Sure.
That way you kind of got it all in one place. The videos on Twitter, they are embedded native video in, I call it Twitter, it's X.
Me too. I call it Twitter also.
So, as part of this, I don't know if there's a way to get an outside person on my account. And then on LinkedIn, I'll need to get you and our business manager set up as well.
Okay, cool. So in the proposal, I know you said that you need LinkedIn accounts set up. So is that just the business account, like the ad account, or is that an actual LinkedIn profile that you need set up?
So I've got a page for, yeah.
Sounds good. Yeah. I mean, yeah, look, I would love to work with you on something like this. Just a little bit of background on myself, you might have seen in the proposal. I'm a social media manager. I've been doing this for a couple of years, doing things like content creation for businesses, running ads, projects like this. On Upwork, I get a lot of different things, which is cool, and because, you have anyone and everyone coming to you and posting jobs on there, which I really like. And also another cool thing that I've noticed this year is there's been a lot more medical clients coming to me. Just for example, I'm having a meeting with, and then two clients that I work with currently. They're both nonprofits. One is called, and then I also work with a charity for dementia. So it's just, yeah, been really cool, and I know it's not super relevant experience, but it might,
it's close.
Yeah, it might help a little bit. So yeah, this would definitely be a really cool job for me to work on, and completely willing to help you get this all set up by next week.
Okay. So getting set up is kind of one piece of it, and then tell me about, we're running it for a month. Setup's the hard part.
Right.
Tell me about what your normal process is once things are up and running.
Yeah, so I think it honestly really just depends how it's going, right? And it's kind of hard to say how it's going to go, especially with something so new. And, I can't make that prediction. I would be lying if I told you it's going to do this by a certain day.
Oh, no, trust me, I get that.
Right. But that being said, look, if it's going well, the management part would be a little less, but if things aren't going well and we have to be in there adjusting and trying to figure things out and relaunching, then it'll obviously take a little bit longer. Now, I know you are interested, or at least I think you're interested in sort of breaking it up into almost phases with the creation and then the management. And I think if we want to do something like that, if that's the route you wanted to go, instead of doing like a monthly retainer, the Upwork hourly works well because, again, it's for it's for the hours I put in, and if I need to put in more, I'm able to do that. And if it's not, if I'm not having to be in the accounts that strenuously, then you're not going to get billed for that.
That's always a plus,
right?
And honestly, the billing is one I see both sides of. So that's why I'd like to talk to freelancers. Like, okay, what's the best setup for this?
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah. That being said, though, I do want to let you know, just to give you both options. Like you asked me, I'm not sure when we spoke, a couple days ago, but around how many hours would I think for a total, right? And I like to give myself a little space there, so I say around 30 hours, right? So if we do the math on that, and if you wanted to do like a monthly retainer and pay that up front, I would give you a little break on that. It would probably, I think, the hourly rate times 30 comes out to $1,200. So if you wanted to do a monthly retainer, we could do, say, $1,000, if that works for you.
Okay.
But again, yeah, that's just something you can kind of think about and let me know.
I think that's fair. That works for me.
The monthly retainer?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm completely with that as well.
Okay. And are you okay if can I do 2 milestones?
And split it up into like 500, 500? Yeah, fine with me.
Okay. Sounds great.
All right. So it's great talking to you, Matthew. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it, and I'm looking forward to getting started and launching these.
Likewise. All right, thanks, Jake. Have a good weekend. I'll get everything over to you here in just a little bit.
Sounds good. Sounds good.